Hello and welcome to another 5-minute review. Today we're taking a look at Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo. Hard to believe this game came out over 20 years ago now. During its time, Donkey Kong Country was a very impressive game with gorgeous pre-rendered 3D visuals and high-quality sound. And the art design is still one of its most enduring aspects. I love games from the Super Nintendo and Genesis era for their simplicity and the fact that you can just pick them up and start playing. There are no complex gameplay mechanics to think about, and usually not much of a story to keep track of. All you need are lightning-fast reflexes and the determination to beat annoying bosses. Neki, you can die a horrible, horrible death. Let me make one thing clear. This game is hard. Flagrantly hard. If you like to punish yourself with levels that require near-perfect timing, Donkey Kong Country is perfect for you. Okay, so the bosses really aren't too difficult, but some of the other levels don't leave any margin for error. Something I learned after playing this game: I don't want to see a floating spinning barrel ever again. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I don't mind difficult games as long as they are built on solid gameplay mechanics that empower players who have the skills and the reflexes to beat the task at hand. For the most part, Donkey Kong Country does this pretty well, except when fast screen scrolling is involved. During some levels, enemies will literally come out of nowhere to send poor Donkey Kong or Diddy Kong to their demise, which is frustrating. Also, when enemies move in and out of the left or right side of your screen, their actions and animations will sometimes reset, meaning some platforming sections become trickier, especially when you have to do things quickly. It just feels weird and buggy. With gameplay based on precise timing, this is a big bummer. With that said, Donkey Kong Country is the kind of game that got easier the more I played it, and in my case, the more I died. Memorizing levels and timing your actions with enemy movements is key to survival. It's also the kind of game that allowed me to get into a sort of serene and meditative state, focusing only on my platforming prowess and completing the level. And when I say platforming prowess, I really mean launching myself from a floating barrel into an endless pit of despair. Something that helped motivate me even more is the great soundtrack. Donkey Kong Country is filled with memorable tunes and melodies that you can hum along to as you die horribly. The art design and visual presentations are also fantastic, with the timelessness we have come to expect from Nintendo's simplistic way of doing things. The game runs silky smooth most of the time, with only a few moments of slowdown, and overall, the visuals are incredibly colorful and cheerful, which helps deaden the impact of dying over and over again. Donkey Kong Country sometimes has issues with buggy gameplay mechanics, but after memorizing levels that require laser-focused platforming, there is a great deal of fun to be had with Donkey Kong Country. Finally completing a challenging level is satisfying, and the relaxing music greatly complements the atmosphere, making the game a memorable experience. I can say without a doubt that Donkey Kong Country has aged beautifully. If you enjoyed this review, please feel free to like it, and maybe subscribe for more 5-minute reviews in the future. Thanks, guys!